My world used to revolve around two things: my work and my wife. Clara, cozy home, a shared love for old movies, and a future we were building together brick by brick. I worked as an architect, often burning the midnight oil on big projects, but I always did it for us. For our dream of buying a bigger house, maybe starting a family someday. Clara was a freelance graphic designer, and her creativity and vibrant spirit were what made me fall in love with her in the first place. Lately, though, things had felt different. A subtle shift in the air, a distance I couldn't quite put my finger on. Clara seemed more preoccupied, her laughter not quite reaching her eyes. I trusted her, or I wanted to trust her. So I pushed my doubts down, blaming my long hours and the stress from work for making me paranoid. I told myself I was the one who needed to be a better husband, to be more present. The night my world came crashing down started like any other. I'd come home late from the office, exhausted but looking forward to a quiet evening with Clara. I quietly got ready for bed and slipped in beside her. Around 2 a.m., I was jolted awake by the vibration of her phone on the nightstand. The screen lit up the dark room, and a name flashed across it. Mark. My heart hammered against my ribs. Mark. She'd never mentioned a Mark. Not a client, not a friend. Before I could even process it, Clara stirred, her hand darting out to grab the phone. She must have thought I was asleep. She slid out of bed and tiptoed out of the room, closing the door softly behind her. I lay there, frozen, the silence of the house screaming at me. I miss you too, she was saying, and her words were like a physical blow. No, he's asleep. Don't worry. A wave of nausea washed over me. She was talking about me. I wish I was with you right now, she continued, her voice filled with a longing I hadn't heard from her in years. Each word was a nail in the coffin of our marriage. I heard her laugh softly, a private, shared joke with this other man. This stranger who was stealing my wife from me in the dead of night. My mind raced, replaying the last few months. The late nights, the secret phone calls, the emotional distance. It all clicked into place, forming a picture so ugly and devastating I could barely look at it. She wasn't at a workshop. She wasn't with her friend Sarah. She was with him. Mark, I felt a cold rage build inside me, mingling with a profound, heart-wrenching sadness. This was it. This was the secret she'd been hiding. I stumbled back from the door, my legs barely holding me up. I sat on the edge of the bed, my head in my hands, trying to breathe. The woman I had pledged my life to, the woman I loved more than anything, was living a double life. Morning, sleepyhead, she said, leaning over to kiss me. I flinched, pulling away slightly. Her smile faltered for a second. Everything okay? She asked. A flicker of concern? Or was it guilt? In her eyes, I just nodded, unable to speak. How could she act so normal? I went through the motions of getting ready for work in a daze. Every interaction was torture. Her casual questions about my day, her hand on my arm, it all felt like a performance. I drove to the office, but I couldn't focus. The blueprints on my desk swam before my eyes. All I could hear was her whispered, "I miss you too." But I knew there wasn't. I had heard it with my own ears. That evening, I came home early. I found her in the living room, sketching in her notepad, humming a tune. She looked up, surprised. "You're home early," she said, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. I didn't say anything, just stood there, looking at her. The woman who had been the center of my universe and had now become its destroyer. "Clara," I said, my voice hoarse. "We need to talk." Her smile vanished. She knew. She must have seen it on my face. "What is it?" she asked, her voice cautious. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. The silence was her confession. In that moment, watching her facade crumble, I knew my marriage was over. The home we built was just a house of cards, and one late-night phone call had been the breeze that blew it all away. She confessed everything. Mark was a colleague from her workshop. The trust, the very foundation of our relationship, was gone, irrevocably broken. Her betrayal was not a reflection of my worth. It was about her choices, her brokenness. But I have to believe that I can rebuild. I have to believe that someday the memory of that late-night call will fade.